Wow, I cannot even fathom going back to this game. But if there was a time that I would return back to this game, this would be it. What's good, YouTube? Alex Fuel here with StoryFueled Gaming, and welcome back to the channel. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, you are seeing it very clearly. In today's video, we're going to be hopping back into a nostalgia game, a game that is near and dear to my heart, a card game that, alongside the other card game that I am enamored by, which is Magic the Gathering, more specifically Magic the Gathering Arena, both of these games I am enamored by. Welcome back to the channel, like I said, and welcome back to another, or should I say, to my first ever Legends of Runeterra gameplay video this year of the big 2025. Man, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I have last touched this game. It's been a long time since I last ventured into this game, and man, it feels so nostalgic. I see the Targon background. I see Tarek starting to climb from this point here all the way to the top of Mount Targon to become basically a celestial, which basically is a ascended role, ascended entity, and it just brings me back. It brings me back to the good old days where life was simple, life was fun, life wasn't all about bashing people negatively. And it brings out the nostalgia vibe inside of me, and boy oh boy, I am wow. Just wow, I have no words as to how excited I am to go back to the game of Legends of Runeterra, and man, it feels so good to be back. Like I said, welcome back once more to another Legends of Runeterra gameplay video, and let me first start this episode off. Let me start this video by saying I apologize for the lack of uploads in the past couple of days. I took some time away to focus on myself, to focus on my mental health, focus on stuff that I needed to be done in order to propagate this channel and to prop up this channel in order to go ahead and be basically ahead of the curve, to be basically up to snuff in the current climate we're in, especially in the current climate of being a content creator and a streamer, that aligns as well with not only my informative English and my entertainment value, but also my faith in God, my faith in the one that saved me from physical death and even spiritual death, which is, reconnecting back to who I am as a person, not only as a individual, but also as an individual that survived the test of trials, the test of challenges, the test of everything basically. And I am back again, stronger than ever before. And speaking of stronger than ever before, let me go ahead as well and announce in this video specifically that I will start doing dual uploads again. And what I mean by dual uploads, well, basically we're going to be reverting back to my tactic that made me somewhat successful in English over the past 8 years before I took a long hiatus from making content after everything that happened, especially with my dashers and all of the negative stigma that was associated with that, and I don't want to relive that it is all in the past, like a popular proverb or saying here in in English, past is past, and I do want to basically move forward positively from that nightmare. And I am back here, stronger than ever before. And speaking of stronger than ever before, we're going to be diversifying, not only in terms of the content structure that I'm going to be giving to you guys, but also I am also working out the kings to provide you guys with value as well. And what do I mean by value? Value is, for me, this not necessarily defined, but also, but value is not only giving you insightful knowledge on things and stuff, more specifically in intricate games like this in Legends of Runeterra, and also in Magic the Gathering as well, because by the way, yes, Magic the Gathering will return to the channel, like I mentioned in one of my English, my prior videos and or streams here on StoryFueled Gaming. I did mention that I do want to return to the realm of Magic the Gathering Arena, especially since we got a bunch of new cards, a bunch of new sets that were added to Arena. Like for instance, we had during my 2-month hiatus from the game, because I was heavily focused on Suikoden 5, I did mention that I do want to return to the realm of NTG, because NTG Arena now has access to not only Edge of Eternities, which is a brand new set that came with Magic the Gathering Arena, and more specifically post-rotation, the advent of rotation as well, and also the more recent set through the Omen Paths, which is basically Magic the Gathering Arena's version of the Spider-Man paper set, and I'm going to be covering that alongside the recent influx of new cards that came with the Eternal, or that came to the Eternal format, English, in the forums rather, of the Arena Anthology expansions. The Arena Anthology expansions are are divided rather into 4 different groups, and I do want to go ahead and showcase off a couple of new decks from that set, that expansion, those expansions rather, whatever you want to call it. And we're gonna do so probably later today, because like I said earlier, we're gonna do double uploads again, but this time with a completely new mindset, that mindset of, oh, I need to be entertaining first before people will basically help the channel out in terms of finances, because that was the biggest flaw that I saw back in the day as well, even though I didn't knew it at the time. Now, since the whole dashing thing happened, now I realize that I have to focus on content first, on making good quality content first, and then people will support the channel and yours truly as well. I don't want to go ahead and over promise and under deliver. I do want to promise and over deliver on the content that I want to make, because that is essentially my role now as a reformed individual, as a renewed individual that focuses on making good content first, and then support will follow. That is now my role. That is now my philosophy. And to those people who bash me again for all of that stuff that I did or said, I apologize profusely for that. I own up to that mistake, and I promise you all that I will do better for you and for the channel as well, because that dashing that happened came with a huge consequence, and that huge consequence was me, deleting my channels, and that was the backbone that basically started this channel on. That was basically the foundation of this new channel that I built, which is StoryFueled Gaming, which started out as a podcast style channel known simply as the StoryFueled Podcast. So, with that being said, not only are we gonna be focusing on card games, i.e. This game, Legends of Runeterra and NTG Arena, we're gonna also be going ahead and we're gonna be also diving into variety games. And what I mean by variety, well, I'm still gonna do Secret and Size. I'm still gonna do all of that. And by the way, we made tremendous, huge headway in Secret and Size, because Secret and Size, now we are in the process of recruiting a couple more people in Secret and Size. We're in we are gonna be after we recruit these next couple of people, we're gonna be focusing on the story, and the story is in or takes place now. For those of you who didn't watch Suikoden, I highly recommend checking here in my channel or on my channel. Here, basically, the title of the playthrough is Suikoden Size: The Vindication Run. You can go watch the playlist that I have, provided. That is in episodic order. Basically, episode by episode, you will know the whole grasp of the story if you follow my playlist episode by episode. I always put episode numbers in my thumbnails or on my thumbnails so that you guys will be able to basically follow along. And that is another thing that I want to emphasize now, is for every time that I that I do a let's play of a channel or of a game, I want to emphasize the episode number and the name of the episode as well, and the episode title reflects that. So that is the update to that. I am also going to give you guys a good news, because alongside Secret and Size and the two card games that I mentioned, aka Legends of Runeterra and Magic the Gathering Arena, we're going to be also diving into different genres of games. And the first thing on the docket, the first thing on the agenda of that, or for that English, is the Command and Conquer series. I love Command and Conquer. It is by far, arguably, my favorite RTS franchise, aka real-time strategy, wherein you are commanding an army of units and you basically go ahead and take down the enemy. And that project will start probably a couple of days from now. So yeah, keep a lookout for that. The first game on the agenda, on the docket for that, is the expansion to Command & Conquer 3, which is Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath, which focuses on, obviously, the Brotherhood of Nod and its leader, Kane, after the events of the Firestorm crisis, wherein he was badly damaged and he has to be put into a stasis chamber or a healing chamber by the AI Cabal, and he is on the path of reunification, of reunifying the Brotherhood, alongside his ascent to power and his rise to basically an allegiance with the alien race known as the Screen. And boy, oh boy, I wanna go ahead and tell you guys right now, I am super excited to cover that game, and especially the skirmish mode as well. The first campaign, then we head into the skirmish. That is what you can expect from me as well. And not only that, I'm also trying to go ahead and since we are in the vein of Japanese-based role-playing games, we're gonna be starting out Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth as well. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is basically a game made by the same people who made Yakuza, now known as Like a Dragon, RGG, also known as Ryu Ga Gotoku Studio, RGG for short, and we're gonna be playing Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth soon as well. So a lot of new content coming to the channel, and it is gonna be amazing. So I hope you guys are along for the ride, and if you are, don't hesitate to drop a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. And speaking of diversifying, I'm also diversifying in terms of making uh income as well, because not only am I taking all of your, support and all of that, I'm also giving back to you guys. And not only do I take that, I have a propensity of giving as well, and giving I shall, in the form of digital products, and these digital products will revolve around me selling uh art, and or uh in Filipino or in other countries, it is called obra maestra, or my fine work of art, even though yes, it is AI generated, and yes, even though it's conspicuous and or a kind of sus in a way, I'm still a firm believer of uh tight you basically adding words to the screen. Like for instance, I have a new series that I ventured onto the channel, and that is in the form of selling digital products on Payhit. Payhit is a storefront for mostly digital products. That's what they are specialized in, and I will leave the link to my Payhit store down below in the description. Payhit.com/pixel of praise. Again, link to that is down below in the description. And I am also working on a Gumroad store as well. I'm still working out the strategy for that, but right now Payhit is where I'm going to sell the majority of my digital products from, and I promise you, more content will be on the way. Right now, the only thing that I have posted right now over there on Payhit is the Beatitudes. Obviously, the Beatitudes, for those of you who don't know, is a series that our Lord Jesus Christ did while he is speaking on a mountain, just like this one, just like basically here in the background here, uh God or Jesus basically went ahead and did a sermon over here on a mountain while he's speaking, and he pointed out a couple of interesting quotes, a couple of very blessed quotes that I made, or I turned those quotes into art for you guys to go ahead and not only buy but also be inspired by, because so many people nowadays are very broken in terms of their mental health, their emotional health, their uh you know their and even their spiritual health, to the point that they want to commit death, they want to commit suicide. And man, that was bad. But this Beatitudes series that I posted over on Payhit is a very good reminder for you guys that even though you are down in the dumps, even though you are in a low place, you can still recover. You can still be redeemed. And that's why I made this series. And I hope you guys will be able to go ahead and be blessed with this endeavor. And as well, I'm working on a new series I'm gonna be also selling over on Akit, with the tentative name Victory, or in other words, Conqueror. I don't remember, or I don't know exactly the name yet of the series, but then again, I am working on that series as well. So, whew, that was a lot of preamble that I did in the beginning portion of the gameplay video, but I think this needs to be heard. This needs to be said, and this English needs to be outlined now for people who want to not only follow the content but also be inspired by my content that is full of uh rebuking and correcting, but also a channel that is full of praising, a channel that is full of uh blessed words instead of curse words, like in the past I tend to use a lot of profanity, a lot of vulgar language that now I want to stay away from, and I promise you I will try my best to stay away from vulgar or profane language, because I know that is bad for the health, not only emotional health, but also mental health, and more specifically, spiritual health as well, your connection with the one that saved you, aka the Lord Jesus. So, yeah, I am working out on that, but in the meantime rather, English, we're gonna be testing out a deck that basically we're gonna head on over to the gameplay portion of the video, and we're gonna showcase a deck that I love, that I absolutely love since returning back to the game of Legends of Runeterra, and that is a Freljord Shadow Isles mid-range deck. I like to appropriately call They Who Hollow. They Who Hollow is a mid-range list built around the namesake card, They Who Endure. They Who Endure is a very powerful card that starts out as a weakling, but as you kill off your units, or as long as your units are are basically killed off or defeated, this thing becomes big really fast. A 6 mana, 1 attack, 1 health failure unit that has Trample, also known as Overwhelm in this case, that upon summoning onto the battlefield, you grant the They Who Endure +1/+1 for each ally that has died. So, this card is absolutely bananas in a deck list like this. And the reason why we splash Shadow Isles with Freljord in terms of the combination here is because this region combination and this Chetan combination that I have basically inputted here in the form of 3 copies of Callista and 3 copies of Nar. The reason why that is because we are in a new standard environment, or in a we are basically going ahead and trying out all sorts of different strategies. And since we are in a new standard environment, the standard environment right now is full of combo decks and full of like mid-range playstyles. Aggro is not as prevalent in the current iteration of standard, And so that's why we are piloting, or attempt rather, to pilot a Zehu Endure in a mix like this. So you may be asking, what is this deck? What is the main objectives of this deck? Well, basically, the main objective is we wanna go ahead and grow Zehu Endure to enormous sizes. And since we don't have Atrocity in this format, since Atrocity is so good that it got relegated to the Eternal format, wherein the Eternal ranked ladder is not open yet, we're gonna use Veho Endure as our win condition in an otherwise sacrifice style deck, also known as Aristocrats if you came from Magic the Gathering. Aristocrats or self-sacrifice is a deck that trades units for value later down the line, and the most infamous example of that is Curse Keeper into Ravenous Butcher. These two cards are invaluable in a deck list like this. Ravenous Butcher, obviously a very good staple for the vast majority of sacrifice decks in the Legends of Runeterra metagame. Even before rotation happened, even before all of the shenanigans happened with the Path of Champions, focus Ravenous Butcher never stopped being good, never stopped being fantastic, especially with the Cursed Keeper, or the Cursed Keeper, a 2-mana 1/1 that cannot block, but has a very powerful Last Breath ability, summoning an Escape Abomination, and the Abomination is a 4 attack, 3 health token unit, which is insane. You are getting insane stats for this big boy right here, which is fantastic. Excuse me. And then we have a couple of good cards in the early portions of the curse, rather. We have 3 copies of Omen Hawk, which got a new keyword, which is Sharp Sight, based upon the card of the same name, aka Sharp Sight. And upon summoning onto the battlefield, you grant, basically putting a permanent buff to the top 2 allies in your deck by +1/+1. So basically, you're spreading +1/+1 counters to 2 units on the top of your deck, which is fantastic. It has a full playset, 3 copies rather, of Fading Icon, because Fading Icon is huge in a deck like this, wherein we have a lot of units to sacrifice themselves, or trades are happening, and that will allow us to grow Zehu Endure, which is fantastic. We need card draw, so that's why it has a full set of Glimpse Beyond to go ahead and cycle through the deck and find our potential Zehu Endure win condition, which is fantastic. And then we have a couple of Icedale Archers to help us out against aggro, and even combo decks as well, because by the way, the reason combo decks are back in the game basically is because Lee Sin is is available right now in standard for an Ionia based champion. So in response to that, we need to have a bit of a counter to that annoying ass card. That's why I am prioritizing Icedale Archer in a deck like this, because Icedale Archer allows us to Frostbite Lee Sin to basically mitigate the amount of power, the amount of tempo, and the amount of burst, the amount of potential burst that Lee Sin may decide to pump out, which is so good. It is so good in a deck like this. We have Atheros and Trapper to help us out in the middle game, in the mid game. Then we have a good interactive suite over at 3 mana with 2 of Black Spear and 3 of Death's Grasp, a new card, a relatively recent card that was released with the Fate's Voyage expansion that upon casting, you get to kill an ally to deal 5 damage to a unit, which is huge in a metagame like this. You can take out Vladimir, you can take out Udyr before he gets big thanks to the stance changes. And yes, I am referencing Udyr and Vladimir because that was the first deck that I tested with this list. And boy oh boy, we just smacked that deck in the face, which is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We defeated that deck convincingly thanks to not only a full set of Death's Grasp, but also with the They Who Endure win condition as well. It also has a couple of copies of Hunting Boar to synergize with both Death's Grasp and Glimpse Beyond to go ahead and give us a little bit of mana ramp, which could be potentially backbreaking against some decks. Then we have, yes, 3 copies of Opulent Foyer. The Foyer is a 3 mana landmark that upon dropping onto the battlefield, you get to summon a Ghastly Band, and at the start of the round, if I have the attack token, you get to summon another Ghastly Band. Usually you don't want to play this on your attacking turn, you want to play this on the opponent's turn. Why? Because this card is so good. It is so good. It is such a good card that we don't want to deal with the loss of tempo and the loss of units to feed to They Who Endure and to enhance the They Who Endure win condition, and that's why the Foyer is very good, but you need to play this card in a turn that you don't have the attack token or basically the capability and capacity to attack to help us out in the defensive area, because that is one of, if not the main weakness of a They Who Endure deck. Because They Who Endure is a slow kind of a mid-range deck. It is a value-based mid-range deck, and we can just get stomped on by aggressive decks, which there are a few of in this current iteration of the Legends of Runeterra standard metagame that we are in. And that's essentially the deck list right there. A very fun deck. Also, shoutouts to the Enraged Yeti that we can get from the Azeroth and Trapper. Help us out against the more mid-rangey lists out there and can work exceptionally well versus the likes of aggressive decks, burn decks even. We can just go ahead and stick a 1 mana 5/5, and not many decks will be able to clean up a big, thick Yeti, which is fantastic. So again, that is essentially the deck list right there. We need to work for They Who Endure, and that's why They Who Endure is supported by this type of, aristocratic, sacrifice-based list, which is fantastic, like I said. I'll not put, I think I put They Who Endure, yeah. Let's put They Who Endure in the card art for the deck. And let's jump on some games and see how we do. Yes, I ranked up, but I'm still stuck at Platinum 4. I haven't played the game in a long time. So let's see if we can get some matches here. And yes, I'm drinking water. If you're asking, what am I drinking right now? I'm drinking water today. You gotta keep yourself hydrated, especially since we are dealing with a very hot temperature. It's very hot in here, but good thing I have a mechanism for that, which is the what we like to call the electric fan, which is very nice. So, like I said, this deck is fantastic. It is a classic deck. It is a deck that is, like I said, near and dear to my heart, and I want to showcase it on the channel. So, let's do this. Ooh, okay. Freljord Noxus. Oh, ready then. It's Frostbite Midrange. It's been a while. It's been a while since I have seen a Ashe Frostbite midrange player. And coincidentally, both of them are in standard. Well, that's a freaking coincidence. Alright, I'm gonna draw one glimpse beyond. There's to find my there we go. There it is. There's the one that I've been looking for. Sweet. And since they are attacking, good thing we drew the foyer. Yes, the foyer allows us to go ahead and have a little bit of defense, rather English, against early forms of aggression, like this deck right here. We're gonna pass. And since we don't have go hard in standard anymore, I'm gonna drop the. Oh man, this is tricky. Oh no, dears, this is tricky. Okay, let's go with the fading icon here. I don't know if these decks are okay. Alright, this is a new card by the way. The Yadulski Snow Dog. 2 mana, 2 attack 3 health from Freljord is a dog that upon attack you grant the top 2 allies in the deck +1/+1. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and kill off the prey before we go ahead and go for an attack here. Let's see if they block. If they don't, that's a lot of damage coming their way. You know what I'm saying? Alright, we'll let the damage go through. And we are gonna call it a turn. A very nice turn. Ooh, there's Callista. But IMO, I don't wanna play Callista yet. And we're gonna play Callista on probably turn 4 after we drop the foyer here. Alright, Brutal Steel. Should we go ahead and go for the Glimpse Beyond here? This is tricky. This is so tricky. Because I don't want to drop the landmark on turn 3. Basically this turn. But now that I know that this guy is a big threat, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just do this. Slow them down a little bit. Make them basically take only 1 turn to buff their deck, which is important. Muy importante in a matchup like this. Ooh, okay, Sky Splitter. Alright, that's fine. Excuse me. And we are gonna call that. Let's go with Omen Hawk first. Then we go to Callista. Alright. Okay. Let's go with the Artisan.
A broken thing is a waiting thing.
They could have.
Faster than my
Okay,
arrow?
there
I think
she
not.
is. There she is. Alright, I'm gonna go with Forge, or with the Forge spell. What's that name again? The time and dedication, yeah. Alright, attack! And he takes the damage. Alright, we are gonna call that a turn. Okay, there it is. Excuse me. Alright, I think I'm gonna go buff Callista into Callista's black shield. What you say? What's the name of her spell again? Black Spear, yeah. Let's go with Callista here.
We shall not rest until all betrayers pay.
We can see another what's the name of the card again? Sky Splitter. I hope there's no Sky Splitter in the future. But good thing, he has only one mana left, and I don't know if Elixir of Iron is legal right now in standard, but we'll try. Let's try killing off Ashe here, English. There it is. There it is. And we're gonna call that too. Okay, another black sphere. Alright, let's go with the foyer. Man, black spear is, well, crap. That's a chunky boy. Alright, I love these mid-range battles. Okay. Alright. I'll take it. Wow. Nice. Should we pass here? I think we should pass. Yeah, let's just pass. Okay, very nice. So we can go Callista into double potential black spear, which is fantastic. My throat's killing me. Alright.
I'll do it myself.
There it is. There's the block that I was afraid of.
You'll ruin the work.
Wow. Wow, we are taking so much damage here, it's insane. Let's go ahead and block. And thank God we have a lightning, or to say a black spear in hand. Let's go with Callista here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Crap. Alright. Let's try. Because we can use Callista's black spear to go ahead and take out this Tritharian Assessor. By the way, Tritharian Assessor is so good. Look at that. 3 cards drawn out of a board comprised of this thing, Yadowski, Snowdog, and the Tritharian Assessor, which is wow, just wow. You know, that's what I can say about that. Just wow. Alright, with that being said, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and take out the Assessor on the right. No. Let's go for a black spear on the opponent unit here. Let's see how this does. Oh, skyscraper. Alright. Let's try.
Sings for the fallen.
Alright. Let's go ahead and pass. Ooh, there's a hunting boar. Sweet. First, let's go with the archer here.
Knocked and ready.
Few earn the right to call themselves Trifarian.
Wow. Just wow. Alright, let's play the hunting boar. Sorry, I was a bit, concentrated on my play here that I forgot to basically commentate, but that's okay. Sorry if my voice sounds a little bit too low. That's because wow, okay, I don't have my train of thought. Crap. Anyways, my sleep schedule has been thrown for a loop these past couple of days, and I apologize. Alright, let's go with the hunting boar, and then do this. Oh boy. Let's see if our tactic works here.
Let's see what you've got.
Okay.
My life forever, Rosa.
Alright, let's see. Let's do this. And we are threatening a level up on Callista, which is fantastic. There he is. Alright. Right, not bad. Not bad, not bad. So we can finish him off with a black spear, which is fantastic.
Victory requires
There
a sharp
it
blade.
is, the Trifarian Glory Seeker.
And cost.
Ooh, burn! Alright, so let's take out the Glory Seeker here. Let's see if they respond with another Sky Twist.
Every betrayal sharpens our resolve.
They did not. Sweet. Right, Owen Hawk's a nice card to have.
Victory requires a sharp blade.
We'll show you what
Oh
you
boy.
see. And
Frostbite.
cost.
Excuse me. Let's play the Owen Hawk. I should have added in more card draw. Oh boy. Alright, let's see. Oh, this was a close game. Either if I win or lose, this was a close game.
For glory,
Nothing.
you're mine.
Wow, okay.
I'll show you how it's
Well,
done.
that's an interesting block. Or attack, rather. I could have a harsh winds. Let's see if we can overpower them here. Okay. Anything I do, I just die. GG. He got me. This person got me. That was a pretty neat use of the Snow Dog there, good sir. And he just adds insult to injury with a troll chant. Alright. That's GG. Hats off to you, bro. Hats off to you. GG. I don't have any words to say. GG. 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 Wow. That's all I can say. Wow. Good game. Good game, sir. Or madam. Or whatever your orientation is. We just got stomped. Not gonna lie. We just got destroyed. But that's okay. I can deal with a loss. Alright. Next. Let's take a look at Ashe Midrange here. Wow. There's some really good cards here. Three Sisters as well, Sky Splitter. Yeah, it is a standard mid-range Ashe deck, which is a breath of fresh air, if I do say so myself. Let's go for another one. Oh, oh Neil, my train of thought has been lost quite a bit today, but hopefully I'll be back. Alright. Wow, that's all I can say. Wow, it just feels so good to be basically return to this game after a couple of years of being away. Man, it just feels so damn satisfying. Let me drink water first. Okay. Darkness. Another control deck. So it is mid-range versus control. Alright. Let's keep the Death's Grasp and drop the Senor Artisan. And nice. Holiness. This is a good combo. Oh man. Darkness. How do we match up against darkness? Well, since I believe in this current iteration standard Minimorph is not available, I think we stood a chance. We can stand a chance against this type of deck. We're gonna pass. So I'm gonna combine this with this. Alright, let's go. Let's do this. And the Death's Grasp here is enough to kill both aforementioned champions, Veigar and Senna, which is fantastic. Attack, and let's come in. Well, that's a fine trade. That means we're gonna pass here, and then we're gonna go ahead and play the foyer, I believe. Yeah, we're gonna drop foyer on the field right now. Alright. Well, there he is, Veigar. Got him. All calculated. Very nice. So right now that is 4 deaths for Veigar. Ooh, very nice. Very nice draw. Holy moly. Holy macro. That is a good card to draw. Let's go with Raven's Butcher. There it is. Excuse me. Okay, there it is. There's the darkness, like I suspected. And let's just stack here. Boink, There we go.
I want to go home.
Alright. Nice. Not bad. That's another death for they who endure. Right now he is at 8-8. That is huge steps.
For the wicked,
There's
for the
Senna.
dead, I bring
Like I
rest.
mentioned, like I anticipated, and yeah. Good thing we got the Black Spear here to go ahead and help us out. Yeah. Go ahead.
Concentrated forgiveness.
Feed my Zehu Endure, girl. Arigato gozaimasu. Anyways, let's go ahead and take out Senna here.
Second time.
I believe Vengeance is in standard as well. Don't quote me on that. And should we just drop Zehu Endure? Or should we wait? I don't someone good. Wow, that's a big boy. But let's wait. Let's go with Nar first. That Zehu Endure is a big boy. Alrighty then. Let's go with Ice Archer. Okay, Quietus. That's it. And we're just gonna pass. That's a lot of deaths. Holy macro. So 8 mana.
You could say
There's
I got a
Senna
life
again. Let's go with Nora once more.
ready to fire.
And we're gonna skip that. He could have another shadow in hand. In that case, let's find out.
Moving in.
Excuse me. Alright, let's try. Ooh, okay. That's funny.
Make the hurt your weapon.
Okay, not bad. As long as my opponent here doesn't have any way to manipulate health and power, this should be it for Senna here.
I am here until I am no more.
Oink. Donkey donkey. Very nice. Very nice indeed. There's the ceaseless sentry. Let's go with the hunting boar. And kill it off so that we can have access to 10 mana next turn, which is absolutely fantastic. There's Saging Icon. We're gonna waste their removal on our small units so that when we get to this big boy, it should be enough to seal the deal. I hope so. Ooh, crumble. That's fine. That's fine. That is a crumble that they could have wasted on this. Now you may be asking, what are we gonna do next? Good question. Let's task her now. Let's see what our opponent's up to. Stilted Road Maker. Very nice card. It was released with the Beyond the Glendelwood expansion. Let's go with Zehu. And wow, that's a big boy. That's a big fella. Holy mackerel. There's the Sailor Artisan. And we're just gonna attack this. Let's see if my opponent has any answer for this. You could say Vengeance. There it is. I knew it. I knew it. I knew they had a vengeance. And good thing it has sacrifice outlet for Glimpse Beyond, and we're gonna pass. Ooh, nice. Another They Who Endure. Sweet. It's time to mitigate the damage. Alright, let's go with the Favored Artisan.
Ringing of steel.
Yeah. Sweet. Rust didn't dying. Alright. That that will just make my They Who Endured bigger, boy. Now again, we gotta watch out for Venganza. Because Venganza is a threat. And speaking of threat, this thing is a threat as well. Wow. That's nice draw. Let's see if we can get here from the glimpse. Okay, another glimpse in response. There's Nar. And then we have the Dark Bold
Bring me
Acolyte.
your darkness, my savage comrade!
Right? Okay, we're gonna make that darkness very weak. Avarice and Tracker. Okay. Let's go with the trackers here. Excuse me.
Come.
Mom's spaghetti.
Showtime!
Alright. Let's go with Alpine Indication and attack. And it's a big boy attack stat. Oh man.
What are you wearing?
That's fine. Alright. So it's down to top decks today.
Let us
Oh
cast
boy.
shadows.
Oh boy. 3, 6, yeah, I think I'm screwed. He got me. GG. He got me. Yeah, Darkness is a very good control deck. And the one deck that can counter that is the one that we lost to, also known as Frostbite Midrange, which is a very good deck, mind you. Anywho, that is everything I have for you guys today in Legends of Runeterra. Fun deck, but it still has some flaws, still has some weaknesses that it needs to patch up when I go ahead and revisit this archetype in the future. And that's all I gotta say. Thank you all so much for this elongated video. If you did enjoy it, don't hesitate to drop a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And by the way as well, I am gonna be returning to streaming over on Twitch. Link is down below in the description. Twitch.tv/StoryFueled Gaming, and I'll catch you cats there. That's all I have for now. And also, don't forget, if you like the content, so consider buying my digital products over at Payhit. Payhit.com/Pixel of Praise. All of that will be down below in the description. Alright, that's all I have for now. So till next time, StoryFuel Squad, this is Alex Fuel, signing off. Stay safe. May the Lord God above bless you. I'll catch you cats later. Adios amigos. See you soon.